Wars aren't outwon by speeches or warnings. They're won by soldiers on the ground. China is getting ready.
The war does not begin with a speech. It begins with the sound of metal tracks biting into earth, with the cold click of a rifle chambering its first round, with a tank gun stabilizing, locking, and waiting. Somewhere beyond public view, the People's Liberation Army ground force is no longer preparing in theory. It is preparing with weapons loaded, systems tested, and soldiers trained to move forward without hesitation. This is not symbolism. This is not deterrence theater. This is the architecture of land war being assembled piece by piece. Modern conflict has stripped away illusion. Precision missiles shock the opening hours. Air power dominates the skies. But when the smoke clears, it is rifles, tanks, and artillery that decide who owns the ground. China understands this reality with brutal clarity, and its land forces are being armed accordingly. At the front of this transformation stands the main battle tank. The Type 99A is not built for display. It is built for breakthrough. Its 125mm smoothbore gun delivers armor-piercing rounds designed to defeat hardened targets at long range. Advanced fire control systems stabilize the weapon while moving at speed. Thermal sights allow engagement day or night, through smoke, dust, and chaos. When this tank advances, it is not searching for a fight. It is imposing one. Supporting it, Type 96B tanks provide speed and mass. These vehicles are optimized for rapid maneuvers, flanking movements, and sustained advances. Together, they form armored waves meant to overwhelm defenses through pressure and persistence. Behind the armor comes mechanized infantry, transported in armored vehicles designed to fight alongside tanks, not trail behind them. Troops dismount under cover, rifles raised, already integrated into the armored push. Every movement is synchronized. Every second is calculated. The modern Chinese infantryman no longer carries outdated weapons. The QBZ 1919 assault rifle represents a shift toward reliability, accuracy, and modular combat. Equipped with optics, grips, and modern targeting aids, it is designed for urban warfare, close quarters fighting, and rapid engagements. At the squad level, light machine guns and designated marksman rifles provide sustained fire and precision, ensuring that infantry units are never outgunned at close range. Anti-armor teams add another layer of lethality. Fire and forget missile systems allow soldiers to lock on, launch, and move instantly. These weapons do not require prolonged exposure. They are designed to strike, destroy, and disappear before the enemy can respond. In modern war, survival is measured in seconds. Artillery remains the true king of land warfare, and China has invested heavily in it. Self-propelled howitzers deploy rapidly, fire devastating barrages, and relocate before counterfire arrives. Long-range rocket artillery systems extend the battlefield far beyond the front line. These weapons are capable of saturating entire areas, disrupting supply routes, command centers, and rear area defenses before ground forces arrive. When these rockets launch, the battlefield changes instantly. Positions that appeared secure seconds earlier are erased. Movement becomes impossible. Morale collapses before contact is even made. Drones now hover above every stage of combat. Small reconnaissance drones scout ahead of advancing units, feeding live imagery back to command vehicles. Targets are identified, tracked, and shared across the network in real time. Artillery fire is adjusted within seconds. Precision replaces guesswork. Speed replaces hesitation. Some drones do not return, they wait. Loitering above the battlefield, they circle silently until a target appears. Then they strike. No warning, no escape. These systems turn the sky into a constant threat, forcing enemy units to hide, disperse, and slow down. Electronic warfare adds another invisible weapon. Communication links are jammed. GPS signals disappear. Sensors lie. Units that depend entirely on digital systems suddenly find themselves blind. China trains its ground forces to fight inside this chaos, not avoid it. Soldiers learn to operate when radios fail and screens go dark, reverting to discipline, training, and human judgment. Urban warfare is where these weapons converge. Cities are no longer safe havens. They are traps. Infantry moves room to room, floor by floor, supported by armored vehicles positioned just outside collapse zones. Snipers cover streets from rooftops. Drones peer through windows. Artillery waits for confirmed coordinates. Every building becomes a battlefield. Every corner hides risk. China builds entire mock cities for this purpose. Not for show, but for destruction. Walls are breached, structures are cleared, tunnels are flooded with smoke and noise. Soldiers are conditioned to fight in confined spaces where visibility is limited and danger is constant. This is preparation for the most brutal form of land combat. None of this works without logistics. Weapons consume fuel, ammunition, and spare parts at staggering rates. China's ground forces train with this reality in mind. Supply convoys move continuously. Ammunition resupply is practiced under simulated attack. Damaged vehicles are recovered, repaired, and returned to combat zones rapidly. Factories far from the front lines produce shells, rockets, and replacement components at industrial scale. This is not preparation for a short engagement. It is preparation for sustained pressure, for a war that does not end after the first wave. The structure of the force supports this intensity. Combined arms brigades integrate tanks, infantry, artillery, air defense, engineers, and electronic warfare into a single unit. These brigades are designed to operate independently, exploit weaknesses, and maintain momentum without waiting for centralized orders. Speed of decision becomes speed of victory. Training reflects this urgency. Units are thrown into scenarios with no warning. Orders change mid-exercise. Commanders are removed, forcing junior leaders to take control. The goal is simple: eliminate hesitation. In war, delay kills. Inside the force, the language has changed. Preparation is framed as survival. Readiness is framed as obligation. Soldiers are taught that future conflicts will not be forgiving, limited, or symbolic. They will be decisive. They will be costly, and they will demand everything. China's land forces today are not being shaped for peacekeeping or demonstration. They are being shaped for collision. Every weapon, every system, every training drill points toward one conclusion: control of ground will decide the future. The world may focus on speeches and summits. Analysts may debate timelines and intentions, but weapons do not lie. Tanks continue to roll. Rifles continue to fire in training. Rockets continue to launch into the sky. History is written by those who prepare before the moment arrives. And right now, in silence and steel, China's ground forces are preparing to move.
Subscribe and watch more videos.